Hey everybody, how are you? It's Chris here. Good morning, good afternoon. I hope you're all well. Hope you had a wonderful day. I hope you're having a lovely evening, hopefully with friends or family at a meeting or with your recovery people. I am about to head out again. Um, I'm not in a hurry though. I have plenty of time to. I love hanging out with you guys, so I have plenty of time to be here. I make time to be here because I want to be here. So here I am, and then later on, right, I don't know right after, but later on this evening, our group has been, as a whole, has been invited to share our experience, strength, and hope at another group, and we get a whole hour. I'm so grateful. We have one today, we have one tomorrow, and we actually have one Saturday in Houston, but I don't know if I can make it to that one, mostly because I'm working. But I'm gonna hustle and I'm gonna try because I would love to go with my compañeros a Houston a compartir, right? Porque es en español and it's gonna be in Spanish. It's in Spanish this evening. It'll be in Spanish tomorrow. It'll be in Spanish on Saturday. And on Domingo, va a haber un baile. I'm really hoping somebody will pick up my shift so I can be there. But if they don't, then I'll be with them in spirit. I love to dance. And an AA dance is a little bit different than, well, I've learned here in Austin that you can go to any dance and dance with anybody. I love dances here in Austin. I felt like there was a difference from the bailes that I go to here versus the bailes that I went to in San Antonio, ¿verdad? But anyway, moving forward to Sunday, there's gonna be a dance, and I want to go so I can dance. And there's plenty of people to dance with. I've danced with older women, young women. Some guys are brave. They'll ask me to dance, and then they'll be like, should I be doing this?" I'm like, I go, "I don't think so," but most I don't dance with them. But I it still surprises me when that happens. So okay, so moving forward, and we're going to read on our daily reflections for June the 2nd, and it's called The Upward Path. The Upward Path. Ooh, we talked about that a little bit yesterday, right? Okay. Goes on to say, "Here are the steps we took, dot, dot, dot." And that's from Alcoholics Anonymous, page 59. "These are the words that led into the 12 steps. In their direct simplicity, they sweep aside all psychological and philosophical considerations about the rightness of the steps. They describe what I did. I took the steps, and sobriety was the result. These words did not imply that I should walk the well-trodden path of those who went before, but rather that there is a way for me to become sober, and that it is a way I shall have to find." Let me read that again, sorry. "These words do not imply that I should walk the well-trodden path of those who went before, but rather that there is a way for me to become sober, and that it is a way I shall have to find. It is a new path, one that leads to infinite light at the top of the mountain." Top, again. These steps advise me about the footholds that are safe and about chasms to avoid. They provide me with the tools I need during the many parts of the solitary journey of my soul. When I speak of this journey, I share my experience, strength, and hope with others. Wow. So this reading is right out of the Alcoholics Anonymous book on page 59 and the How It Works, ¿verdad? It says here are the steps we took as a program of recovery. So pretty much in a few more sentences they're gonna talk about what the 12 steps. That's when they start reading the steps one by one. And this book is written on a lot of experience. It's written by the first 100 alcoholics who got sober, and they talked about it, so they all came into agreement that this was the final copy. Of course, there's going to be a 5th edition, but a 6th edition, but There's 5 editions of it now. Little things have changed. Maybe the story's in the back, but the first 164 pages have not really been changed. So and I could be corrected. I maybe they've never been changed, but I feel like they did change something about it. Okay, so I stand corrected if I'm wrong, and if I'm wrong, leave it in the comments. I love to hear from you. I know I'm gonna stir the pot, right? I like conversation. That's all. I don't like to stir the pot, but I like conversation. If I don't know, I want to know what is the truth. What is the real history, right? So then it goes on to say, the reading goes on to say that although it's my experience, strength, and hope, it's not just my opinion. It's a path that really works. I mean, these steps really work. I mean, Bill W. Alcoholics Anonymous is all built around this book, this big book. This is what we work out of. This is our basic text, they call it. They don't even call it a novel or fiction or nonfiction. They don't call it none of that. They call it basic text. This is where we learn how to stay sober. And for me, that has been the result. I have taken these steps, 1 through 12, all of them, this last time, right? This last time I got sober, I did them all. The way I was asked by my sponsor, the way it's written in the book, the way he didn't have to pressure me, but I did feel pressure sometimes, mostly because I don't want to do it 100%. I just want to do enough to get by. Used to want to do enough to get by till I saw the results. The results of the 12 steps. When I give it all, they said you get out of it what you put into it. Well, I was only getting half the results or no results because I was doing half the effort or no effort at all. So this time when I went at it with a whole different ambition, because I experienced a whole different bottom and I had a whole different type of desperation, that I was able to fully give myself to this program, and I gave it 100, then 120, then 150. Like, I gave it so much. I was focused just on recovery. That's all that I wanted to do, is I just wanted to recover. And in the beginning of the book it says, let me read it for you. I don't want to mess this one up because this is one of my favorite parts. This is one of the reasons why I kept coming back. This is one of the reasons why I carry this message, right? And it says, this is the forward to the first edition. In other words, in the first edition, this was the forward. And it says, this is the forward as it appeared in the first printing of the first edition in 1939. It says, we, the first 100, and many more, right? By that time, there was many more. We of Alcoholics Anonymous are more than 100 men and women who have recovered from a seemingly hopeless state of mind and body. To show other alcoholics precisely how we have recovered is the main purpose of this book. For them, we hope these pages will prove so convincing that no further authentication will be necessary. We think this account for our experiences will help everyone to better understand the alcoholic. Many do not comprehend that the alcoholic is a very sick person, and besides, we are sure that our way of living has its advantages for all. So this book is our basic text. That's just the first paragraph of the first edition, and there's a lot more to be read, right, in this book. But the reading says that I share my experience, strength, and hope. And I share it because of what this program has done to me. It's allowed me to live a happy and sober life. Like, I'm sober. I'm sober today. I haven't drank. I haven't drugged. I haven't even done CBD or nothing like that, or haven't found it necessary to do so. Once in a while, do I get the urge? Yeah, I get the urge, man. I just want to relax a little bit. So, but I don't, because then I think, well, then I won't be sober. Then I have to get my check back. Then I have to get down to, I won't be able to serve. I want to be able to serve in the area. I won't be able to be a chairperson at my meeting. I have to start all over. I have to, do these steps all over again. And man, to me, that's worse than than the hell that I'm gonna go through if I drink or drug. Because I will go through hell. I will experience it. I'm not a normal drinker. I'm not a social drinker. I'm not a normal drinker. I'm not a heavy drinker. I am an alcoholic. Once I put that drop of alcohol in my body, like, all bets are off. I may be able to survive it one day, maybe 2 days, maybe a week, but for me, it's only a matter of time. Do I wish that was not true for me? Heck yeah. I always wish that's not true. I would rather be motivating you about something else. But I ain't got nothing else. I got recovery from alcoholism. That's what I got. That's my gift to you, to the world, to my family, to my friends. I'm recovering from this thing. You know, I know from what I read in this book, I know what happens to me, and I know the solution. So I want to talk a little bit about the tools, because it did talk about the tools, and I was hoping it would kind of touch a little bit on it. It says they provide me with the tools I need during the many parts of this solitary journey of my soul. That means even though I'm with you guys, in general, I'm going to meetings, I'm hanging out with you, we're talking, we're learning, we're sharing, we're having conversation, we're spending time together. In my soul, it's very personal. In my soul, it's very like, only I know what goes on in there, right? And what I share with you is what you know. Which I share mostly everything, not a lot of things, but I'm going to share something with you today. And I was hoping that I would have the opportunity to share with you today. So, as some of you may know, I'm in my 2-job season, right? And today I went to my second job. I love this job in a different way. 7 years when I moved to Austin, this job was like everything to me. Everything, man. I gave it everything. I give it 100%. I mean, I lost relationships over it. I moved to Austin over it. I missed many events over it. Everything that came out of my mouth was like, postal service. And I gave it all 100%, man. But they just kept overlooking me, putting me down, treating me rough, putting me down. I got fed up. And so I left the post office. It was one of the hardest decisions I ever had to make, because I gave up some stuff. But I was just tired of being treated that way. So I left the post office and I tried something else. It didn't work out. And then since then, a lot of things have happened. You know, my mother has died, and I went 3 months without working. So, you know, it's been rough financially. So right around Christmas, they said, "Hey, would you like to help us just for the Christmas season? That's all that we want." And I was like, you know, I needed a paycheck, so I was like, sure. And I was already working at HEB, but I needed just a little bit more. I mean, I'm 3 months behind on everything at this point. So I said, yeah, for sure, I'll go. So I went, and man, they treat me like a king now. They treat me like more awesome than they've ever treated me like in the previous 5 years that I worked for them. Do I love them? Yes. Do I appreciate them? Yes. Am I grateful for them? Absolutely. But I can't give them everything. It's like, I almost feel like it was like if that was something that I was in love with, and I fell out of love, and while I still love them, I'm not in love with them. So sometimes when I go to work and they show up the way they've been showing up, I can't handle it. And today was that day. I got to work, I was excited. You know, I was feeling good. I woke up, I slept in, because we started later over there at the post office. I slept in, I hung out with my dogs, took a shower, went to work. Man, I was feeling good. And I get there and I'm ready to work, and they give me a route, and then it's like, okay, no, we're gonna do this. And I invested a lot of time and energy at that place. So today was one of those days where what I invested, the what that I did was all torn down, was all different, was all changed. They changed something that I did, and I took it personal, and I was like, whoa, I was off to the races. My attitude changed. I was in a bad mood. I was thinking, oh my God, what's going on here? I'm taking this personal. It's not personal. It's not even my route. I'm just here to help. I'm not here to to tell anybody what to do or to change anything. They're not asking me to. They're just asking me to run this route. I was just staring there looking at my case like, oh my God, whose idea was this? Like, oh my God. I was like, and I was saying, I was frustrated because I felt like for one moment that the system that I created that works. Well, I didn't create it. I had help create it. That came from somebody else, right? Somebody else helped me do that. But what I did was I made the case so nice and neat that anybody could go in there and run that route, which is what my purpose was, is that I want to make this case so clean, so beautiful that anybody can come and run my route any day. Well, they went sometime last week and they changed it to a way that doesn't work and doesn't make sense. And I used to do that route, and I could probably, if a trail mail fell out of order, I could probably put it all back in order and tell you who lives there and who doesn't live there. But I couldn't even case that route. The energy was off. There was so much missing addresses. Everything was... And you know what? And no matter how hard I tried to get out of that funk, I couldn't. And I would be like, okay, Chris, it's gonna be okay. Pray the thirsty prayer, pray the serenity prayer, pray. Put on something. Put on Pastor Kim, put on something. Just, I was really trying to change the way that I felt, because I felt like I was about to lose it in that moment. That I was about to be the old ratchet Chris. Because those defects, they're still there, but they don't come to surface that much anymore. Right? Because I don't put myself in those positions. But today, I was in that position that something was going on. Powerlessness, lack of control. I mean, all this stuff, all these things that I say that I have came out, and they were just like about to... The monster was about to come out. And I had to I even ate something. They were giving food out. So I was eating something. And I even went to go and have, I took myself away from there, and I went to go have some really good conversations with my coworkers. That's not going to work there anymore. She's leaving. So they were having a going away party. I got to hang out with her and share with her, and, and not inspire her, motivate, just, give her some really good, a really good bye conversation. It was really good. So then I tried that, and then I would come back to this case, and I'll be like, man, this is crazy. I can't believe it. And they're like, oh, Chris, and besides, you're going to do this and you're going to do that. And I'm just thinking no, I'm not going to do nothing. I'm about to walk out. But I said, Chris, you can't do that. That's the old Chris. So then I go back and I get everything, and I don't say nothing. I'm really quiet. I know my face shows everything. When I'm mad, you can see it in my face, right? My face is no matter what I try, it always just does its own thing. So then I'm just oh man, these people. And then I'm thinking man, I just need to yell, or I I had so much momentum in this negative state of mind that I couldn't stop it with nothing. If that makes any sense to anybody. So I was going downhill, pissed off as I possibly can, going as fast as I can downhill, and nothing could stop it. No pray. I mean, I was praying that, everything was just, I was hitting bumps, and I was slowing down, but man, I had to come to a stop. I had to come to the end. And what did that look like? What did that look like for me? It means, it looked like, put your big boy panties on and let's go. Let's go. You're a big boy. You know exactly what to do. You can crush this. You can crush this and go back for more, and crush that and go back. I know who I am. But for a moment, I was letting these little voices get to me. Oh, Chris, they're treating you like crap. Oh, Chris, they're doing it to you. They're doing it to you. They're doing it to you. Oh, look at them. They're taking it back. No, they're not. They're trying to run a business, and I'm there to help. So I wasn't, I get caught up on all these things, and I take things personal that I don't. So what do? I pray about it. I don't hurt myself. I don't hurt nobody. I feel the emotion still. And I don't drink. First of all, I don't drink, right? And I don't hurt nobody. I don't hurt myself. and I get pray. And so I got to this stop where I was like, man, what do I do? I don't know what to do. I'm fighting off these thoughts. And I said, let me meditate. But what I know about meditation is not to change the way that I feel. Meditation is to get connected, to make conscious contact with God. That's what meditation is for. To just get still and be with Him for a moment. It's not to change the way I feel. And I know that. So going into meditation, I said, Chris, you're going to meditate for 10 minutes. What are you going to do? You can't change the way you feel. Do you want to just sit here with God? And I said, yeah, I just want to sit here with God. So I just sat there, and I just sat there with Him, and I didn't say nothing. He didn't say much. We were just sitting next to each other. Just wanted to be there. I just wanted to be connected, and I said a few words. I said, I'm taking it personal. It's none of my business what they do with that case. I can't give in to these lies that my head's telling me. But I feel so out of sorts right now. That's all I did. I just wanted to sit with Him just for a little bit. To be able to honestly express what I felt with Him. And so I was just sitting there, and then I was just started watching some videos on my phone. And there's this real funny one. It's a TikTok. It's I'm gonna kiss my best friend or something like that. And they're funny. I mean, they seem a little staged right now at this point, but in the beginning, they were funny, man. You would see people be like, "Whoa, what's going on here?" And then you would see people, really like their best friend. I mean, they kissed their best friend, and it was nice, and they were enjoying it. So I just started laughing, and man, that really cheered me up. Just laughter, just laughing. Watching the video, and then I said, all right, Chris, come on, let's go. You got this. And I went, and I started working. I said, the only way this is going to get done is if you get out of this car and you start pushing that mail. And it's the only way that it's going to get done. And the faster you do it, the faster you get home. So I got out, blew that stop out of the water, went to the next one, blew that one out of the water, did a couple of parcels to the door. I went to my next stop, and then 30 minutes later, I'm like, what else? They're like, really? And I'm like, yeah, what else? That's who I want to be. That's the kind of employee they want. That's the kind of employee I want to be. But stuff happens. My life's not perfect today. Just because I'm making these videos, it's not perfect. Just because I go to meetings every day, it's not perfect. I have student seats. It's not perfect. I still get mad. I still get upset. I still get sad. I still get weary. I still get down. Once in a while I get lonely. I mean, things happen. What do? I have the tools that they showed me in this book. It says, here are the steps we took as a program of recovery. And I gotta go back. Today we're gonna share on the fifth tradition, and I went back to my 12 and 12 and I read about it. Why? Because I want to share about it. I need a refresher. What does it say? I'm not an expert in none of this, and I surely don't have all the answers to emotional sobriety. But I know that when I'm in that state of mind, I know what to do, and if I don't know what to do, I know who to call. I know who to get with. I know who to sit down with. I know I can breathe. I know I can watch a funny video. I know I can drink some water. I know I can put food in my belly, which, by the way, was very, very good. The banana pudding was, oh my God. I had second, third, fourth, and fifth. And I was just like, we should have a going away party every day. just to have banana pudding. It was delicious. So I got to enjoy some stuff. But while I was in that moment, I wasn't enjoying nothing. I was just like, I'm quitting this job again. And then you know what I thought about too, and I'll end with this because I don't want to take too much of your time. But you know what I also thought about? I thought about like, Chris, you're about to get elevated. You're already elevated. Your character, man, it's got to keep up. It's got to keep up for where you're going. Because when you get there, you got to show up as the Chris that got you there, not the Chris that you used to be. That didn't get you nowhere but drunk. I can't be that Chris. Right? I know some of you thinking, well, which Chris are you? Are you the kind Chris? Are you the cool Chris all the time? All the time. I'm always the kind and cool Chris. But the kind and cool Chris, he gets upset too. He gets mad. He cries. He gets too excited. He drinks too much sugar sometimes. He takes a lot of naps. Some people call him lazy. I mean, I don't know. That's who I am too. So I'm all the things great and all the things not so great, according to what others would think. But for me, I'm always great. I really like who I am. I like that I can get a little jolted, that I can get a little bit out of my comfort zone, and still survive. Still be able to use this too. Still be like, oh, Chris, now you gotta practice what you preach. All that stuff you say on YouTube, you gotta practice it. All that stuff, you go to meetings, you go over there, you gotta practice it. I went to a good meeting last night. It was from fire. We were all on fire. Heard a lot of great things. Those are the tools. That's what I get. Those are the tools I grab onto when I'm not feeling myself. Why? Because I like my life. I want to keep it. They say if you like what you have, then keep doing what you're doing. But if you don't, then change it. And I like what I have, so I gotta keep doing what I'm doing. I gotta keep doing what works. And when I don't, when I'm in those moments, I can change it. So if you're out there and you're just like, man, I want to never be mad, well, good luck, because that's not gonna happen. You will get mad. And if you get mad, I just want to tell you, you don't have to drink about it. If you get sad, you ain't gotta drink about it. If you get lonely, you ain't gotta drink about it. Find your tribe. Get out there. Have some fun. Take your dogs for a walk. You go for a walk. You know, I used to always say, man, I want to live somewhere where I could walk from dinner to my house. Guess what? I can walk anywhere right now and have dinner. I can go really fast food. I can go really fancy. It's just because where I live. I have that opportunity today. So if I'm not feeling good, I can go walk, treat myself to a nice dinner, have myself some ice cream. Just be good to myself. Right, because everybody's got moments. Everybody's got days like this. If I don't drink today, I'll survive. If I drink tonight, it's all over. It's all over. It's all over for me. It's all over for my job. It's all over for my elevation. It's all over for my friends. It's all over for my family. There's a lot of things that I could learn today without having to drink. So I'm grateful for this program. I'm grateful for my recovery. I'm grateful for those listening to me, taking the time out of their day to watch my videos. I really, really appreciate it. I know that time is the one thing we don't ever get back. So what you do, if you're watching this, I'm very grateful, because you could watch anything else right now. You could do anything else you want right now. You could be sharing anything else right now, like a funny TikTok video. But if you're sharing this, watching this, listening to this, thank you. Thank you very much. I hope it's helped you. If it hasn't, just leave it in the comments. I want positive comments too, but I'll take them out. I love conversation. I just want you to know that. And I'm not afraid of not being liked or loved. But I want to help you. So if I'm not, please let me know. So thank you everybody for your time. I hope you have a blessed rest of your day. If you haven't made plans, you don't need them. You don't have to make plans to take a walk. You don't have to make plans to treat yourself to a beautiful dinner, a wonderful dinner. You don't have to make plans to call a friend. Hey, go down your phone. This is one thing my grandma taught me, and I'll really end with this. So my grandma Irene, I love her so much. This is what she taught me. Because she calls me, and she's like, well, I was going through my phone book, and I was just going down the phone book and calling all the people that haven't called me in the last 6 months. And I'm like, you're right, Grandma, I'm guilty. I haven't called you. But that's a beautiful tool. That's a beautiful tool. Just go down your phone book. Start calling people. Don't always start with the A. Start with the Z sometimes. Start with the W or the X. There's no perfect order. Start somewhere. No matter what, don't give up. And don't drink today. Okay? We'll see you tomorrow. Bye-bye.